Norman, whenever you're ready.
Hi, this is Normann Shay, and you are listening to MLVC, the Madonna podcast. Be ready for it. We're coming for you.
Uh-oh. Hey everybody, it's Liberty. How are you doing?
And
Hi.
hey everybody, it's Stefan. Welcome to another episode of MLVC. Today on the show, we are joined by dancer, choreographer, creative director Normann Shay, who was Madonna's creative movement director and performed with her many, many times, Live 8, danced with her on the Confessions tour, Sticky and Sweet tour, the Hung Up video, Grammys. I mean, he was part of the Confessions era, and Norman, we are so glad to have you on the show. Finally, welcome.
Thank you for having
Wow.
me. I'm glad to talk about, confession. That's my baby.
Yeah. Oh, we're super excited. This has been a long time coming, so we're very, very, very thrilled to have you today. But we're gonna take you like to the beginning, okay?
hmm
Before we get to confessions. We want to know, how did you get your start as a dancer?
Oh, okay. So I grew up in the south of France. I was born in Paris, grew up in south of France, and I grew up in like the hip hop vibe music, a lot of music. My mom, she's Caribbean, so there was a lot of music at home.
Mhm.
And my father is from Corsica, and he's a martial artist. He like boxing and all this Muay Thai and all this. So I was doing, from my mom's side, I was like more music, and from my father's side, I was more like martial art. And I was good. I at both. I was like dancing and all that, and then martial artist. I was good at both things. And then I had a choice to be a professional fighter, or like Muay Thai fighter, or a professional dancer. And this is a true story. I took a coin. I remember I took a coin and I said, okay, this side is I became a professional dancer and I go to London. The other side is I'm going to Thailand and I become a professional Muay Thai artist. And I flipped the coin and it was London. I swear to God, it's a true story. And then like a week later, and I just went to London
Wow.
and tried to be like a professional dancer. That's where everything, I mean, my dance career start in London, literally in
Wow.
London.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I
That's
was
an
doing.
incredible story because that's like all chance then. I mean, really and truly, because the coin could have landed the other way. We're
Yes, true.
thankful. We're thankful that it landed on the dance part.
Yes.
That was divine intervention.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
I went to London and then I start, with nothing.
Mhm.
I met my friend who's also dancing with Madonna. His name is Steve. And we start together. We try to grow something together over there, going from clubs to clubs, dance battle, dance
Mhm.
competition, trying to get money from the dance competition to pay the rent. I mean, it
Yeah.
was really tough. London was tough, but we managed to put our name on the map over there.
Nice. Well,
Okay.
so you first entered the world of Madonna by dancing in her Hung Up video. How did Madonna come to you?
Okay, so again, it was another chance because I was on holiday in Singapore. And I didn't want to come back to London because I was so in love in Singapore. But my friend Steve was like, please, you have to come back. We have an audition next week, blah, blah, blah. You must come. I was like, but who is the audition for? He said, no, it's some rapper, big rapper. We're gonna make money. Just come. So he convinced me. I came back. So we came back, and 3 4 days later we did the audition. But remember, me and my friend Steve, we used to go clubbing every time. So we were, the night before, we went clubbing, dancing all night, and from the club we went directly to the audition in the morning. So we didn't sleep. We went directly to the audition.
Mhm.
To the audition. I remember it was like almost like 500 people. It was like a long line, and we were like five of us. Like it was like a little dance group, and we have like some kind of like combos and routine together, like like some stuff that we use for dance battle to win, to win the dance competition. And I remember me and my friend Steve, we had this kind of combo that we use actually for hung up and all that. And I remember when I was doing it, this combo, I was looking at the camera like so intense. I didn't know it was for Madonna for real, but I was looking at the camera. I was like, take me. You must get me. You must take me. Like I was doing the combo, like take me. And then I got the job, right? We got the job, but we still didn't know who he was for
Oh, wow.
until the day of the rehearsal. We arrive on the rehearsal. Honestly, I thought it was for 50 cents. No, no kidding. I thought it was a music video for 50 cents. And I remember we were sitting in the room, and then some girl came. She was like, "Oh, is it you, Norman and Steve?" And was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, are you ready for the practice, whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, let's go." But wait, we still don't know who it's for. Oh, really? Nobody told you? No, nobody told us. Oh, it's for Madonna. Wow. But it was so direct that we didn't have the time to swallow it. We just
Yeah.
like,
Right.
okay, go. You know, we're like, okay, let's go. Then I remember we opened the door of the studio and we saw all those American dancers that they're known in the dance world. I was like, oh my God, this is Cloud. Oh my God, this is Hypnosis. Okay, all right. Oh, that's the level right there. All right, we got to be on top, right? And then we like practice whatever. And then I see a little girl coming with a green Adidas outfit, blonde. I was like, oh, that's Madonna. She's so pretty.
Oh.
Yeah, she's so pretty. And then she came to me. She was like, how you doing? I heard you French. I said, yeah, I'm French. My English is really not good at the time. My English was horrible. And she was like, okay, it's not right. You teach me French and I teach you English. So, okay, let's do that. And then she said, I heard you have a very cool combo with your boy. Can I see it? I said, okay. So then I did again this combo like that I had, and I look into her eyes. Like you remember, I look at the camera like this one. I look
Hmm.
into her eyes, and I was doing it in like so intense. And I like the American dancer because they cheer you up. They're like, yeah, come on, let's go. I like that. So they were like cheering us up. So the vibe was cool in the studio. And I was doing the combo and everything. And then I just saw into her lips. I read into her lips. She said, I like it. I just said, I
Ooh.
like it. And I was like, that's it. It's on. Okay, it's done. It's done. But to be honest with you, I asked her, why did you choose me from all the dancers, from the 500 dancers? And you know
Hmm.
what she said? She said, because you look at the camera and I could see, and I could see that you talk to me through the camera. So you see, the looking to the camera was the key point.
Mm-hmm. You sent
I'm
her the
telling you,
message.
Yeah.
yes, this is what I swear I asked her during the Grammy. I remember I was like, I want to ask you this question. Why did you pick me? She was like, I,
Wow.
I watched the video and you look at the camera. And when you look at the camera, I could see that you talk to me. And that's why I choose you. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that
So,
intensity,
Mm-hmm.
she needs that energy, I think, because she matches it 100%. And if you can't sort of give that back, I imagine that really um made a difference with her. Mm, I'll keep that in mind for next time I see her.
yes. Yes, you must look into her eyes straight up.
Norman, regarding the hung up video, so tell us what was your experience on that video? So I assume there was rehearsals before you actually stepped on to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and to set the scene, this was very shortly after Madonna had had her horse accident. So she was still recovering from, I think, a broken collarbone and a couple of her ribs and whatnot. I mean, she looks amazing in the video. Were you able to tell that she was injured during
To,
rehearsals?
to be honest, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. She
Wow.
was playing. I remember she was stretching. She was like everybody. Before we start dancing, we stretch. She was stretching with us. She was like split. Like I was like, it didn't look at all. I didn't even know until way after. I didn't even know she got like injured. Nothing.
Hmm.
She's so strong, like really, really strong mentally. I think everything is here. Just make it
Hmm.
work.
And regarding your combo, did that make it into the video? Is that the part where you're sort of like looping hands around at the end, the big dance scene?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
that's
yeah, in the dance machine, you know, like we're in the dance
Yes.
machine. Yeah.
and that's
And then
what and then
actually
it
on the
ca
floor.
it carries across, right? Like that's
Yeah,
you
we
did
did it
that
on
in
the
the grand,
floor.
like every time you did hung up, that's where you did that.
That was it. That was it. True, correct. That's
So
the moment.
as we mentioned, you were part of the iconic Confessions on a Dance Floor era. It is one of the Madonna fans' favorite eras of all time, just because it was so flawless. Um, you participated in all of the promotional tours, the MTV European Music Awards,
Mhm.
Coachella, the Grammy Awards, and of course the Confessions tour. I want to go to Coachella first because that was a huge thing for Madonna to do. She was one of the first big superstars to hit that music festival. What was the energy like when you performed at Coachella? Because if you watch the videos, like you can see the audience at Coachella finally realized she's actually going to be there. Because I think until we knew when she took the stage, it was sort of just rumored she was going to be there.
Hmm.
And then she
Oh, you guys
was.
wasn't sure that she wasn't going to be there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was that like to see that audience erupt the way that they did? Do you remember?
To tell you the truth, I didn't know what Coachella was. It was my first time. I arrived in this festival, and from the whole afternoon, I was dancing everywhere. I was dancing everywhere, every places and everything. I was like, okay, we got time. The show is tonight. I was dancing. Like I'm telling you, I was dancing everywhere. And then I remember DJ Louis Vega was doing the opening, and I was in the VIP section dancing my ass off. I just had the pass because I could go, you know, the pass. So some people recognized me, and I remember I took some pictures, and I had so much fun. The energy over there at Coachella was on a different level. Like really, from every festival that I did with her, Coachella was the best. Especially when we went on stage and you could hear the heat because Coachella is so hot, you know,
Hot,
Yeah.
yeah.
really hot. You're sweating, but it looks great. I mean, you're on stage sweating, you know, it looks amazing. Everything looks great. Even when she sweat, the hair, it looks great.
Yeah.
So I think it was a magical moment of how Coachella give us the energy back to us on stage. It
Yeah.
was just wow. And it was my first time in Coachella. I was like, what is this festival? This is so amazing. Oh my God.
I mean, was that the first time you were live with Madonna too on stage? So,
No, the first time live was the MTV Europe
right. Okay.
musical.
Okay.
Mm. That was so scared. But yeah, because I had a big responsibility. I had the mic during
Yeah.
hung up. I took the mic and we do dancing, and then I give it back the mic. I mean,
Oh,
I take
yes.
up the jacket, I take the mic, I give the mic back. I mean, if I messed up, the show is all messed up.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
I've always loved that about her choreography is she bakes in the mic passes. And I sometimes I'll rewatch numbers just to follow the mic to see who has to give it to her and where, and it's fun to watch that.
Yeah, because
Wow,
it's
that's great.
yeah, it's just all by like I mean, honestly, it's calculated, but it
Yeah.
the casual observer doesn't necessarily notice those things until you really do, and that's when you really appreciate like the minute movement that changes an entire number. And I'm in those like the live moments versus the like um you know award shows or live
Mhm.
like tour the crowd, the vibe, does it feel different when you're performing live versus for like a television recording, or is the
Yeah.
vibe the same?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the live is one shot.
Right.
Don't mess up. It's one shot. Even the recording, we always do one shot. We just do the sound check. We practice sound check. Then she without her, then she come. We do like maybe one or two sound checks. Are we ready? And then we go. There's no
Wow.
crowd, there's nobody. But the live, there's crowd, there's people, there's like you cannot mess up. It's only one time. You have one shot. And there's one show that we did in Germany for Wetten, Das. I
Mm-hmm,
remember
mm-hmm.
that day, it was live. No, I mean we had a crowd. So it looked like it's live because they put it for it was a new year, it's a new year show. So it has to look like live. They don't stop. It's recording like live. So we have only one shot too. And I remember she had air band into a wrist. And when I took off the jacket, I grabbed the air band and I couldn't took off the jacket because I grabbed the jacket from the sleeve,
Oh,
right?
right.
So I remember, and you can see the video, but I'm like pulling. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I had the mic and I had the sleeve and I couldn't do it. Then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna, So I pulled that shit. I put it and I pulled with the airband. And I was like, damn, I hope she don't need the airband or whatever. And then I managed to do it. Yeah, I mean, we don't really see it, but that was the last time she said she's gonna wear an airband in her hand, in her wrist. And I was like, please, because I can't take off the jacket. It's dangerous. She was like, yeah, no worries, no worries. But she always helped me because she could tell I'm a street dancer. So she always like she was soft with me. She was like, why you
Hmm.
fuck it up? Like she was soft. She was like, yeah, I understand. It's fine. Don't worry. But then the more she was like that, the more I wanted to be more perfect.
Right.
I was
Okay.
like, I want to kill it. I want to be better. I want to be better. I want to be better until we did GAY in London.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When we did GAY in London, that was live. And I was live in Times Square, this one. This one was like, I don't know how many millions people was watching that.
Right.
It was also, the heat that we have in Coachella, it
Mm-hmm.
was the same heat in GAY because it was indoor, but it was so many people and it
Yeah.
was the same heat, the same vibe, right?
Yeah.
I
Body
remember
heat.
that. Yeah, exactly. And I remember that night, I think it was my best for me. I think it was my best performance. And I remember that night after we closed the show after everybody
Mm-hmm.
we go walk out stage. She stopped, she turned, she looked at me, she grabbed my face, she kissed me, and she said, "You did great." And that was my first like, oh my God, I kissed Madonna. Like, wow, wow. I remember she grabbed my face like this. She said, "You kill it. I love it."
Oh, that's,
That's
hey,
What?
amazing.
you know you've made it then, right?
Yeah, and then after that, I was we was on and on and on stuff.
Yeah. And then you want to like keep doing that over and over. One more kiss,
Mm.
Madonna.
Yeah, I mean, she just after it was like a family kiss. It was just
Yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
like,
course, of course.
Sure. So, Norman, what type of training is involved in preparing for a world tour like Confessions? Because that show is pretty nonstop. I mean, the girls in that show don't have to appear until midway through, but the guys are going from the beginning straight through to the
yeah.
end.
I believe I was one of the dancer that have the most number with Jason Young and who else? No, not even Cloud. Because I was doing La Isla Bonita, I was doing Get Together, I was doing erotic. I did old numbers, and
Hmm.
sometimes I just did numbers when we only two, like like Get Together, La Isla Bonita at the beginning. So I was always and always I was, jumping from a roller skate, take off my roller skate behind this, like just behind the stage, put my shoes and go back to do erotica. Like to me, this that's why I love confession because confession make me a professional dancer
Yeah.
and a choreographer because I
Mm-hmm.
choreograph from a confession tour. I choreograph four numbers. So she gave
Wow.
me the opportunity. She gave me she trust me
Mm-hmm.
and trust my style. She was like, okay, let's do it. So that's why I love confession so much.
Which numbers? Tell everyone which numbers you choreographed for Confessions.
Get together,
Mm-hmm.
La Isla Bonita, everybody, and wait, Wait, Get Together, La Isla Bonita, everybody, and Hung Up.
So
Those were the three.
everybody obviously was not on the official set list for Confessions tour, but you were
Oh,
part
so
of
but
the
we did the same
for the promotional shows.
yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I was sad that everybody
Yeah.
got cut because
Really?
I thought that was such a I loved it in the promo shows, but I was sad it didn't make it
That's
to the actual tour itself. Um, but it was, I mean, it's
everybody
fun.
was
It's
cool. Quite
yeah,
cool. I like everybody. It was so fun.
yeah.
So fun.
Um, so did you have a favorite number from Confessions that you enjoyed dancing in?
Okay, I have two favorite number.
Okay.
My first one is Get Together because this is
Yes.
my baby. This is my baby.
Hmm.
Actually, I have three. Actually, you know what? I choreograph Forbidden Love, the part when she's in the middle.
Hmm.
Yes.
Choreograph that part when she coming. And I remember we used to hit each other like with the elbow during rehearsal. Ow! Like it was so hard. But
I
yeah.
was wondering, I was gonna ask you about that because if you watch that, like the hand movement where it's constant like moving around and this, I'm like,
Oh,
how long did it take you to have to nail that and get that right?
oh my God. One day in Miami, it was in Miami. I remember forever because on Get Together, on Forbidden Love, the camera is our face is on the screen, like
Hmm.
big. And she hit me here doing like bam, because sometimes she go hard. And she hit me here and with the nails. And I remember she cut me and I was bleeding. But I was doing this for with the screen, you know.
Yeah.
And one day, I remember one day she totally forget everything. And she just left her hand like this, and we did this, and I grabbed, I did all like this, and then, come on, wake up, baby, wake up. And then she would, oh, okay, wow, she go back. But I remember one day she just, black out. Sometimes it happened during the show. It happened to me twice.
Oh,
Sometimes you
wow.
just, forget everything until you
Hmm.
back to it. And I remember I was like, why is she not doing it? And then I was doing the hand, like, come on, baby, come on, girl, come on, remember, it's there. So I was doing, but
Yeah, well, I
yeah,
mean, there's so much going on in those shows between the audience, the sets, the lights, the music, your other fellow dancers that I think, and we've had a couple of, your colleagues from tours, Jason and
mhm.
um, Tamara, and like
Come on.
they talk about how sometimes you leave your body for a moment and
Yeah.
you have to sort of reground yourself to come back and remember what you're doing.
Yeah, it really happened to me. And really, I mean, I mean, it's amazing, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, okay, get back to, you got to get yourself together, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, wait, we talk about the favorite number. I just finished. So,
Yes.
Get Together, Forbidden Love, um, and the roller skate.
Oh
The
my
roller
gosh.
skate was the most fun for all of us who doing roller skate. We were like kids roller skating on stage. We were
Hmm.
like,
Did
so
you all
much.
know how to roller skate before you had to
Yeah,
roller skate?
that's why I used to roller skate. When I was a kid, I used to like do like freestyle, and then they said, yeah, can you roll? I'm like, what? Of course. So I was so happy to roller skate. And oh my God, it was so much fun. And during sound check, we had to roller skate around the arena every time to practice every
Yeah.
time. I loved it. It was so much fun. So the Disco Inferno was,
That was a stellar number, I gotta
I was
oh
say.
my,
gonna say, yeah. I feel like
Well,
all those numbers you mentioned are like super duper fan favorites from that particular show. So, at least for me, I only saw it twice live, but yeah,
wow. Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, yes. Disco Inferno, when we part of roller skate backstage, we all like, come on, let's go. Oh yeah, I have one more. Sorry. It's what was the number again with the we dress black and white is just after I Love New York. Ray of
oh,
Light.
Ray of Light. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my God, this number, the choreography is very, like precise and everything. I loved it. But I didn't choreograph, but I loved it. I love this choreography.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, the
love this.
four of you were I mean, you were working. I was just rewatching that, and Ray of Light, like she's pretty much just standing there playing the guitar, but the four of
Yes.
you, it's like
Yeah, like, you like
Cloud, you, and the two others, and like you're
Jason,
constant.
Miran.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I told you. I was almost on all the numbers. I was
Hmm.
almost actually I was on all the numbers of the when there was men, I was on all the numbers.
Yeah.
That's why I was one of the most of dancers. And it was my first tour, my first big work tour. So I was like, wow, I have big responsibility, and I managed to do it because
Yeah.
of her. Because she make me feel she give me the opportunity, she trust me. So I didn't want to break that trust. I wanted
Hmm.
to make her proud every time.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like you've kind of now explained how Madonna's maybe elevated your choreography as a result, or at the time, the experience you had really kind of was elevated based on your practices and your work with her. You were part of Madonna's Nightlife Exchange project back in 2011, which was the search to find this next best backup dancer. Tell us about your involvement in that.
So they contact me. I mean, Madonna, Guy Rosary said, "Oh, we got something for you," because I was already in New York living with her. We were
Mhm.
like so close. I was with the kids. I mean, she was family, and she was like, I'm gonna give you an opportunity. Maybe you can help me choose some dancers. You got to audition dancers from all around the world. I said, "Where?" She said, "All around the world." So I said, how? So they send me videos. I audition. I mean, I watch maybe thousands videos from everywhere. Then I pick few people. And so actually I was kind of like the creative director of it. So she trusts me to create the whole vibe. And at the end of the rehearsal, she brought Rich and Tone, which are the main choreographer,
Mm-hmm.
Donna, and to just clean it up, clean things up. But most of the time, most most of the things I was directing, and I use my best friend as a music director. His name is Hardy. I use him for the music director, and then with well, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work from the audition from when they arrive. At the beginning, she didn't want to go on stage. She just wanted to sit down and watch. And I was like, no, please, you got to be on. I just want you to come up like, like a queen and just sit down. Like you got to
Mm-hmm.
like the entrance. At first, she really didn't want to. Like she didn't want to. She was like, no, I don't want, I don't want. So I managed to convince her. So
Oh
I
my God.
convinced her. She came. It looked great. And then, we did this whole show. Well, it was very difficult. Honestly, it was very challenging
Mm-hmm.
because she was expecting a lot from me.
Hmm.
So I wanted to really show her that I'm capable of doing it. But I remember before that, when we was living in London, she gave me a little job with, you remember she have a collaboration with H&M?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
We did a little opening show for H&M. And it was like in some like kind of like restaurant, and it was such a small place. But then she was like, "Don't worry, I'm going for a charity called Arc, and I
Okay.
want you to do the full opening. Just go for it with the clothes and everything." So then we did this huge opening. I remember Prince was there, and it was a great, 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 great show. This one was very great. Then that's where she started to believe in me in like directing.
Okay.
Well, she give me the Smirnoff nightlife, and we choose what's his name, Lil Buck.
Oh,
Oh,
Lil,
sure. Yeah,
yes, of
yeah.
course. Okay.
that was the winner was Lil Buck.
I mean, we can see why.
You're right.
Yeah,
Norman,
that's
I sorry, I know we skipped ahead from Smirnoff before we covered off. So you returned on tour with Madonna with Sticky and Sweet.
yes. You
Um,
can,
how was it going back on the road with her again after Confessions? I mean, obviously Confessions was amazing, and
yeah.
you don't think she's going to be able to sort of top herself. And it, although Sticky and Sweet might not be a fan favorite like Confessions, I rewatched Sticky and Sweet and I'm like, she's far more athletic in Sticky and
Oh yeah,
Sweet. Like,
oh yeah. No,
it's
Sticky
amazing.
and Sweet Again, sweet is woo, is physic,
Yeah,
is
it's cardio. It's
wow,
cardio.
cardio, is cardio. Yeah, you're right, it's cardio. But I remember I was in Malaysia. She called me. I remember it was on a Thursday. No, sorry, it was on a Sunday. She called me. She said, Norman, I have an audition in New York. You better fucking come. I said, I got you. When is it? Thursday. Okay, I'll be there. I flew over there. I arrived on Tuesday. I practiced some little choreography with my friend Steve. And the audition, I remember, I remember Madonna is so funny because she was sitting there with Jamie King and all that, and everybody has their number, and me, I just act like, I just act like I'm quiet, and I just come with my number. They all line up, and everybody say their number, and like we go by four, okay? We dance in front of her by four. We like four guys, and then they said the name and number. I said, yeah, Norman, my number is this. And then she said, why you act like you don't know me? You know, I remember everybody was sitting, watching. Why you act you don't know me? And I'm like, she said, come and give a kiss to mama. And when I walk to her, you can hear like, oh my God, who is it? Like this. I'm like, shit. So I said, she tried to brain fuck me, and I kissed her and I said, look how I'm gonna fucked up your fucking audition. I'm gonna fuck that shit. And she looked at me, she's like, she looked at me like, I love when you talk like this. I know when she look at me like this, she look at me, she's like, I want to see that.
Yeah.
And that's why I murdered that audition, murder it. Murder it. I put some of on my Instagram. I murdered that audition. But
Did
then on that day, she just picked me. She didn't pick my other like dance partner. She just picked me that day, that time.
Oh, okay.
with the returning to the tour, when you
Yeah.
walked into the Sticky and Sweet audition, were you trying to bring something different than you brought for Confessions? Like, did they give you instructions about like, we want more of this or we want more of that?
I'm an artist, so I always want to come up with new things. I can't do this. I mean, of course, I have my style of dance, but I always have to come with new things. Which when I came to the audition, I came with a suit
Mm-hmm.
and boxer shoes and a hat, and everybody came with the like hip hop clothes or whatever. So I came with a suit. I came with a suit and with the tie and like really, really a 50s style,
Mm-hmm.
like a tap dancer, like the Nicholas Brothers kind of style,
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. She was like, "Oh my God!" What do we use on Sticky and Sweet? Aha, Oxford shoes, hat.
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, you see what I mean? So I always trying to put some salt in the brain. So
Mm-hmm.
then she cook, and then she said, "Okay, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this."
So
So I
you were
kept,
responsible for Candy Shop, basically.
yes, yeah, definitely. The fashion of it, yeah, 100%,
What was
100%.
what was your experience like the second go round? Did you enjoy Sticky and Sweet, and were there numbers that you favored or?
I love Stick and Suit because I love Stick and Suit because the dancer were funny, and I have some new French dancer that I like to, and they was very funny. We had fun, but I must say, of course, Confession is my baby. It's it's make me. It's how I became who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Confession, so it's my baby. So everything I live, every single city, every single show, I leave it to the max. I leave it to the max. Then Sticky and Sweet, I leave it, but I'm like, I know, I already know.
Sure.
Oh, but Confession is like, I leave it to the max, everything, like, and I'm going back from the promo tour. Let's go back to the promo tour because from the promo tour, after the music video, she said, I'm doing a party for like a music video party. Everybody go back home and everything. And I remember I asked her and I said, can I have a picture with you? I don't know if I'm going to see you again. She was like, yeah, take a picture. So we took a picture And then by the end of the night, I hugged her and I was like, thank you for the opportunity. It was one of the great opportunity. And she looked at me, she said, what are you doing next week? I said, I don't know. I'm in London. Said, would you like to come to Portugal with me? I was like, okay. For what? She said, yeah, we're gonna do a show there. Just come. I was like, okay. So then we rehearsal. But remember, to me, I was just doing a music video.
Right.
And it was the last time I see her for me. So then Portugal. Then Portugal, we party. I mean, we go to the hotel, we party. So I hugged her and I said, thank you for the opportunity and everything. She's like, what are you doing next week? I said, I don't know. Okay, do you want to come to Germany? We're going to Germany to do this show. You want to come? I said, okay. Same thing in Germany. Same thing. So every show that I do during the promo tour, to me, it was my last show, every show.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I dance, I think it was to me right now that I'm thinking, I think it was such a smart way. So people think that the last show they give everything on the
Right.
dance
Right.
to leave, and they're like, it's fire on stage. Because I was like that. To me, it was my last show. I was like, wow, I'm gonna kill it. But then she was like, what are you doing next week?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Until the Grammy Awards, we did the Grammy, and I remember everybody started to talk about like, oh, there's the tour coming up in March. I was like, wow, where do I audition? Please tell me. I want to audition. I want to do it. I want to do it. But nobody told me anything. And I remember at the Grammy, we party and everything, and it was the last night. It was the last time, and I hugged her, and I said, maybe I'll see you in London. I mean, you live in London, so she was like, baby, I'm gonna see you in March. We come back here. We come back to LA. We're doing the rehearsal, and then I have a big smile on my face, knowing that I'm already on tour.
Mm-hmm.
I love
On
it.
tour. Like I'm like, oh my God. So this was like from the promo tour, no kidding. Every show, like we're talking about Coachella, talking about Japan, talking about Frankfurt, Music Award, the Grammys, everything like this was back to back. But GAY, all of this was promo. But to me, it was the last, every time it was the last show. Every time, I swear, until the Grammys. And then when I get the tour, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I went, like, wow. It was like, and one thing about get together, it was the rehearsal of the MTV Music Award in Portugal, right?
Hmm.
And Madonna was like, Norman, come over here. I mean, she was doing sound check. She was like, Norman, come over here. I was like, yeah. She was like, I'm gonna play a song, and I just want you to jam. I just want you to freestyle your style. I just want you to do your style. I was like, okay. She said, you and your boy Steve, just dance. I said, okay. So then she put the song. I mean, Stewart started to play the song, and the song was kind of like deep house. I love that song. I was like, oh my God, I love that vibe. And I started to dance. But then I got smart and I said, let me do a step that I know she can catch. So if she do a step that she can catch, then maybe I might choreograph this song. So I
Okay.
already was ahead of, I try to be ahead of everything. And
Mm-hmm.
and then I did the step, like it was like it's called like a pas de bourrée, kind of like a step. And I grabbed her hand while I was dancing, and I said, "Just try, come on, just try." And she started moving, and then she said, "Okay, thank you." And then we go back to hung up practice. Then I already know that get together was in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, get together might be something. And then we did get together in JY. We did get together in Coachella. We did get together in Japan, in Tokyo, because we did a show at it's a place called the Studio, Tokyo Studio, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
TV show, but then we did a full show. And yeah, so that's how I choreographed Get Together.
With so Get Together is one of my personal favorites, and I've always loved that number. I love in one of the things that Madonna does throughout her career is she always adds in those deep knee squats that she became very famous for. And in Get Together, there is
Yeah, when we
a small portion of deep knee squats. Question for you is that her idea to put that in?
she always do that. As you can see, she even do that on an MDNA.
Mhm.
That's her move. She loved this move. She even do that on the before confession. It was the blonde tour, right? What
I
was
think
that?
the first time we saw the deep knee squats was
Drowned
her
World.
Drown World tour with the
Mhm.
music number. And
Yeah,
then since then, she used to incorporate them on almost every
yeah,
tour. But
yeah. She did it. She did it first, and then we follow her. We
mm,
followed her on that part. We followed her. She loved to. Yeah, true.
no, I mean, she
Yeah,
does them well. So
Yeah.
on the heels, heels on.
yes. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Um, so as we know, Madonna is super fit in all of those shows. You also were her personal trainer for many years.
Yeah.
How did
Oh,
how did that come to be, and how did that help inspire your training career?
so so Madonna used to train with two trainers, Nicole and Josh. And she used to do all these legs and butt and abs and arms and workout. But then she wanted to do a cardio, and she was like, "Okay, Norman, why you live in New York now? Let choreograph a cardio for like a good 40 minute, 45 minute. But every end of the training, we do dance cardio." So I started to choreograph many movement, many same movement, and going on the floor. I mean, at first I was doing more step, and then I was like, I'm gonna incorporate floor movement, doing floor, and then she started to do it and start to do it. And I remember she was like, okay, now stop, because I was coming all the time at the end to do the choreography, to do the cardio. And she was like, yo, stop bitching. Now you're coming from the beginning. Stop bitching, because you don't know, like, you coming always with some fucking crazy hard movement, but you don't know we've been working out before that. So stop bitching and come from the beginning. I said, okay. So then I start to really work out with her from the beginning to the end. And then I said, you, now I'm not bitching. Now I'm here. So whatever I'm doing, now you're doing it. She said, okay, now I got this. So that's where I become a personal trainer. I mean, when I say personal trainer, I would say that was the cardio trainer.
Right.
Okay.
The cardio, but I was doing all the exercise. So sometimes when the personal trainer was sick or whatever, I was replacing. I was doing all the, because I already know how to do it.
Yeah.
I learned from them. And then I was training also Rocco, her son, David also when he was a kid. Lola I was training her sometimes. Yeah. It was fun. That's how I become the personal trainer.
Nice.
Yeah. Slowly like that.
So what does it mean to be a creative movement director for any of our listeners who aren't familiar? And what have been some standouts as far as jobs go?
Okay, so actually this creative movement director, I didn't create that. Is a guy named Pascal Danguin and Steven Klein, who work for Madonna. Actually, they did
Oh,
the
okay.
whole confession tour visual screen.
Hmm.
And Steven called me for a photo shoot. He asked me for help. And it was with Pascal Danguin, and Pascal is French, and we were speaking French and all that. And then Pascal was like, like now I think I need your help. I'm doing a campaign for Balenciaga tomorrow, and the model, they're like so stiff, they don't know how to move and pose and whatever. So I want you to help me. I want to have pictures in movement, not posing. I don't like it. I want the picture to move. So help me with that. So I come up with ideas of movement that when you move the picture, when the photographer like Steven Klein or other, when the shot, the clothes look amazing, and the
Mm.
body is a shape, is an art. So that's how he said, "Oh, you know what? Is actually you are creative movement director." And so he made this he created this job for me. And then after me, there was so many creative movement director, but I was the
Uh-huh.
first creative movement director. I was the first one. So after that, I got many jobs, but then I'm talking about in fashion, huh? I got many jobs with Steven Klein, Pascal Danguin, and all that. And then I realized I can bring my little touch in it. Bring my little
Mm-hmm.
touch. So I asked Steven, I said, Steven, what about if we bring this kind of, because I understand his vision. I'm like, what about if we do this and that? And he was like, oh, I love that. Try it, try it. So then that's where I became a creative director. So slowly I go from creative movement director, and then I go slowly go up to creative director. So I'm an artist. I'm always challenging myself, and I'm always coming with new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So that,
so with Steven Klein, I know that you collaborated on the movement for the V magazine cover
yes,
shoot that was with Katy Perry and Madonna. Um,
literally, yeah.
so aside from Betty Page, who obviously was very obvious inspiration for that, what were some of the influences that you used incorporated for that project? Do you remember?
Yeah, so actually what I did is I used Steven Klein's studio. I said, give me your studio for like 2 days. I'm gonna bring some like girls, some they like I know still those girls they like dancers, and I asked them for help. And I said, okay, you put a blonde wig, so you Madonna, you put like a black wig, and you like Katy Perry. So I started create all this uh Steven Klein vision, because you
Mm-hmm.
need, when you work with Steven Klein, I mean, you can see his pictures are like very dark, or you need to understand. So I understand perfectly Steven. Steven, I understand his vision. So I start to come up with like this, when they grab the hand, and they have the necklace. I remember one of the girl had the necklace say bitch. I was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. And then they like have mouth to mouth like this. And we took a picture. We took those picture at the studio. We used to, what else? It's all like, I remember there was one that Steven liked, and I wish you took it. It was a mirror, broken mirror, and Madonna was supposed to put lipstick on Katy Perry, and they look into the broken mirror, and Madonna is like drawing on the lips. She loved that part, but actually it didn't go through. But I love that one. I loved it. I really wanted her to take this one. But she took more, actually, from all the what I create, she took three of them.
Mm-hmm.
Three of them that I created. It was like five or something like this. So she took most of the one that I did. But on the photo shoot that she was there, I didn't go. I was
Mm-hmm.
just I let Steven do it. Steven asked me for help. She know I was doing it. She know I did it. She know I create all the pose and stuff, but I didn't want to go. I didn't want to bother her. And I remember I was with Rocco that day, and then I ran quickly to the studio with Rocco, and she didn't want Rocco to be here, so we just stayed quickly. We just stayed not too long.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. A lot of
So
things like this.
music has played a huge role in your career. What's your favorite type of music to work out to?
House music.
House. Mm-hmm.
I love house music. House music is I'm a house dancer.
Mm-hmm.
My style is house dance, but to work out is house dance, is house music. Sometimes you can play some like tough French hip hop to really boost you, like with the lyrics. You're like, oh, I'm French, so I can like it boost you, like you want to go hard and stuff. But house is is you boom boom boom,
Mm-hmm.
and I move and I dance sometimes in the gym. But the
Mm-hmm.
house music is my main one. Yeah. How do you like house music?
We
We
do.
do.
I have a story during confession. I was in Chicago. This is a true story. I was in Chicago on tour, and I went to Louis Vega party in a club called, I think it was Buddha Bar, or Buddha or something, Buddha. And I go there and I start to dance. And then I saw Madonna bodyguard, two of them. And they always with Madonna. So I was like, whoa, what the fuck? She's here. I thought she was here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? Where is she? They're like, no, 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 no. She sent us to look after you. I'm like, what? She said, yeah. She said, because she knows every time you go to every city, you go out clubbing and dancing. I always thought every time on the sound check, how's the club here? She always asks me on Sunday, how's the club here? I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing every time. So she sent the bodyguard to the club in Chicago. I don't even know how they find me. I don't even know. And they're like, no, no, no. She sent us to look after you. So we want to make sure that you go home safe. Like, what? I was like, whoa. And like I felt like I'm her kids. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. And then we had I remember in Chicago, we had movie night. We had a movie night in a room. And she was like, how did you like have my bodyguard? Like look after you and all that. I said, yeah, I mean, I was dancing, but people in the circle, but people didn't want to dance against me because they were scared of those bodyguard. They're like, who is this guy? It's like he was funny. And I was like, yeah, you funny, you crazy, man. That's the story. Because we talk about house music. It was like a very famous house club in Chicago.
Yeah, she's probably sent them on a mission. Okay, look, just find every house club. He's probably going to be there. Look for him, find him, and make sure he's all right. That's so awesome.
100%, 100%, 100%. I believe.
How many different house clubs did they try before they finally found you? That's funny.
I don't know, but when I saw them, I really thought that Madonna was there. And I was like, what the fuck is she doing here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. It was funny. After that, like way after we did Confession, like when I used to live in London with her, I used to bring her to a club. I used to bring her to clubs. I remember I used to bring to underground clubs. And I give her my hat and I put my hat on, just hold my hand, just act like you're my girl, put the sunglasses on and just come. I want to show you those dancers. They're like pretty cool. I want to take you to this underground club. And we used to do that every time because every weekend we go to the Hamptons to horse ride. And we go back on Sunday. And every Sunday night, there is this house music party that I used to go. So I tell the driver, please, please, I want to make it. Let's make it to New York on time. Please go drive. Go, go, go. And then she dropped me off. And this time she said, yo, I'm going to come with you tonight. Let's go. I said, okay. She said, pick me up. I said, okay, I pick you up. So I went pick her up. I mean, pick up with her driver. and and we went. I remember I told the driver and I said, park a little bit far. I want to walk with her. So I remember I had this Russian, the Russian hat, like when it's cold in New York, you had like those kind of like Russian. So I put the Russian hat on her head so we couldn't see her blonde hair a little bit because she have a big fur jacket and she have like those big sunglasses, right? So I say, hold my hand and just act like you're my girl. So she hold my hand, we go inside. The driver came after inside the club. So we sat down and I start to just dance like I always do there when I'm at the club. And she sit down like she's watching a boyfriend dancing. Like I loved it. And everybody was dancing. And then I come to talk to her and I said, look at this one. Look at this. This is so good. Then she's like, yo, I like this girl. She's queer. Who is she? Like, she was asking me. And then she couldn't see. So she took off the sunglasses and it was so hot. So she was like, fuck it. So she took it up. And then everybody started to recognize her. And then everybody started dancing because they wanted, like to impress her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's time to go. And I already saw it's fun. It's fun. It's time to go before the paparazzi will come and
Right.
like snap me. So then we left and I took her back home and then I went back to the club. We did that. We did actually like 3, 4 times. I remember 3, 4 times. Not in a row, but sometimes she just feel like she want to go out. I say, just come with me. And
Spontaneous.
we did 3, 4 times in New York and in London, also in London. But in London, it was more organized. Like I bring dancers, they perform, that she's sitting down. I mean, the club know that she coming, so she know that it will be paparazzi and stuff. So it was more like that. It was organized. It wasn't like you come like underground in
Mm-hmm.
London. New York was like this. It was like underground. She used to like to come like to those kind of club.
That's
Well,
fun.
yeah, that's definitely her playground, or at least we imagine that where she like really pulls inspiration and she finds
Yeah.
new like places to go with her own career. So
Yeah, yeah, and even I remember we went to another club called SL in New York, and I bring dancers and I organized some stuff. Then the paparazzi was there, some paparazzi was outside, but then there was like some old school break dancer like Crazy Legs from the Rocksteady crew, and she knew them because it was during the 80s when
All right.
what's his name, the painter, oh my God, what's his name,
Herring, Basquiat.
yeah,
Um,
Basquiat, all of that during that time. And I was like, oh my God, she was like, yeah, man, what do you sing? You sing what? I know, I know. I'm like, what? I didn't realize until I'm like, but of course she know. What the fuck am I thinking about? She was in New York, man, in the 80s, the best time when
yeah.
New York was like, wow. So of course she knows all of these DJs and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty cool. And actually, one day I went to a restaurant with my friend. Is a prince of Saudi, and the guy who was working there, his wife was Saudi, right? So he know the prince. They started talk, and the prince introduced me and said, "Yeah, he's Madonna's dancer." And this guy say, "Oh, I used to date Madonna." I'm like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm actually the one who was dating her and give the tape to this DJ to play in the club, and the song was Everybody." Everybody. That
Yeah.
was a phone call. And I was like, really? He said, yeah, call her. I said, bro, I'm gonna call her. If you lie, man, you're in trouble. He said, call her. He said, call her. I said, okay. I call her. And I said, I forgot his name. And I said, yo, I'm in this restaurant with Prince. She know Prince because I introduced him. I'm with Prince Salman, and this guy, he said he date you. His name is this, and he said he give the tape. And she was like, oh my God, you no, no, no. Oh my God, really? I said, yeah, he's with me now. So let me talk to him. Like, yeah. I was like, what the coincidence? Crazy. This guy is the reason why Madonna is famous.
Mm,
Wow.
This tape, this tape that he play, that he give to the DJ, this DJ play at this club, everybody danced, then he took this tape, play on the radio. And
Right.
that's where the song became famous. And that's where she started to sign a record label from this tape, from
Yeah.
this guy. That was insane. And then the next day when we was workout, she told me the story. She was like, yeah, yeah, I used to date him just quickly, nah, nah. And then it was really cool, but it was too slow for me. I'm a
Yeah.
fat. I go play for fat. But it was cool. It was kind. But because of him, the tape, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I mean, this guy was like the reason why you're here right now, like
Yeah.
that.
mm,
That's it. That's amazing. I mean, the amazing what you can see in New York. This is why I love New York.
yeah.
Yeah, for
It's,
sure.
New York is just like that, man. It's just amazing. I love New York. I miss New York.
So Norman,
Ah,
what are you up to right now? So what are some latest projects you're working on, and where are you headed to next?
Okay, so I'm doing mostly fashion now.
Okay.
I stopped dancing. I just dance for myself, just to enjoy in the club. When the music is good, I just burn the dance floor. I'm enjoying, but I don't want to dance for anybody else. I mean, I sing for me.
right.
I started with nothing and I became all the way to the top. I want to stop to the top. I don't want to go back there and then try to go back up. I'm there. I stay there and bye. You
Yeah.
know, I, and so I switched completely from music to fashion, which is actually quite the same industry. Everybody know each other.
Yeah.
But now I'm into fashion, so I direct shows. Last year I was doing Naomi Campbell. I was doing a show for her in Milan, and I brought her to Dubai. We went to Saudi Arabia, then back to Fashion Week Paris. So I was doing a lot of work with Naomi Campbell, a lot of work with Hugo Boss and Balmain, also a lot of work with Balmain. And yeah, that's what I do now. I create more fashion campaign and fashion shows. And I'm doing I have a project right now that it's just happening. I'm working on it. Is I'm creating like a luxury experience trip, experience fashion week with Norman Shay. Like
Ooh, okay.
experience fashion week with Norman Shay. Because I mean, I know everybody. And every time I go to Fashion Week, I mean, I'm going to the best place, the best restaurant, the best hotel, the best after parties and all that. And everybody's like, yo, man, why you don't, it's like a trip, man. Why you don't sell this kind of thing? I say, what you mean? Yeah, man. I mean, like, I can bring millionaires and they can come with you. I said, whoa, okay, let's try it. So then I create this like experience fashion week with Normann Shay. I provide like a chauffeur, a bodyguard, a personal stylist, a makeup artist, a photographer, videographer. We have invites to the main fashion show, Louis Vuitton, Dior, all those Givenchy, all those high level fashion shows, and then after parties, and then restaurant where who is who going to eat during fashion week. Then we visit the Maison de Couture. I mean, all this, everything about fashion. So you experience that trip, luxury,
Right.
very luxury with Normann Shay.
A-list. There you go.
Yeah.
And right now I'm doing Milan and Paris, but next year I will want to do New York, Milan, Paris. I want to do New York. So I will bring those people to experience Fashion Week New York, Milan and Paris with me. And then also Cannes Film Festival, because I have few connection there to do the red carpet. So probably that. And the F1, you know. And I'm also actually, sorry, I also, this is one of my big project right now. We're managing this new artist. His name is Jafar Jackson. He's Michael Jackson's nephew.
Okay.
And he's the main actor for the new biopic of Michael Jackson's that will come out end of the year. So
Yes.
Okay.
he's playing his uncle. So he's our artist. For me and my business partner, he's our artist. We create him. We produce music. We but now what we're working with him is most it's creative fashion. We do all about fashion. Everything that fashion is me and my partner. We take care of his all fashion, everything, all his image.
I love
So
it.
that's our next project because the movie coming out end of the year or 2026, but it's almost done. It's gonna
Fun.
be. I mean, the director is the director who did the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So that's the same director. So the movie gonna be like, wow,
Yeah, it's gonna
wow,
be a success.
gonna
So
be
you
crazy.
stay busy is what you're saying. You stay
Yeah,
busy, stay on
yeah,
business. Love it.
yeah. Busy. I have to be busy. I mean, I cannot stay home and not doing anything.
No,
Yeah.
you learn from the best on that.
Yeah, you know, artists, they if they don't do anything, they get how do you call it? They get sad and we can die like that by
Yeah.
not doing
Mm,
anything. We need to create.
yeah.
We need to create something.
Well, Norman, I know it's late your time, and
Yeah. Oh,
we've been chatting away. Before we let you go, though, there's a little
yeah.
segment on the show we like to call the lightning round. These answers are meant to be quick, off the top of your head, wherever you're at in your Madonna journey. Don't think too hard. Favorite Madonna song?
Papa don't preach.
Favorite Madonna album?
Oh my God. The same album of Papa don't preach. I forgot the name of the
True
True
album.
Blue.
blue.
True Blue. This one.
Favorite Madonna music video?
Hung up.
I thought you were going to say that. Favorite Madonna tour?
Confession tour millions time. Millions.
Favorite Madonna movie? I don't know if you've ever seen a Madonna movie.
Um, I don't know in English. Susan.
Desperately Seeking Susan.
This one.
Nice.
I love it
Uh,
because dance into the groove. Oh my God, I love this one. I
Yeah.
love it. So funky.
Favorite Madonna look, and this can be from a tour, a music video, in person. Is there a
Oh,
style that you loved Madonna wearing?
to be honest with you, for real, like I love when she wear on the tour hung up when she had that Gucci purple jacket.
Yeah.
Actually, she gave me this jacket, and she gave me the sunglasses.
Oh, well,
Give me the sunglasses, and the
why
jacket
aren't
is a
you wearing those during the interview, Norman? I mean,
I keep it really like it's like it's my
it's
babe.
it's locked away in a safe. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Well, everybody, that's our show. Norman, thank you so much for joining us
You guys
today.
are amazing. I love
This
it. I love. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I know we've been working so hard to
Oh,
get
this has been, I think we've been
oh,
trying to get you on the show for like the last 5 years.
yeah,
So
yeah. But I'm
tell
glad.
every
I'm glad we did this.
tell everyone where they can find you on social.
So you go to Instagram, you type Normann Shay, NORMANNSHAY. And I'm gonna create, this is new for you guys, this is a news. I'm gonna create an Instagram that's only about me and Madonna. And I will put some a special live for only special people. Like I'm gonna select people and have like a little Q&A. And I have some videos that I'm gonna share a little bit.
Nice.
Oh, that's gonna be wonderful.
This I'm gonna create. I'm starting to create. This is an idea, so it will come up maybe in a month,
Nice.
maybe.
Oh, well, keep us posted.
Yeah.
Please, no problem.
Well, and remember, everybody, you can find us on all social platforms at MLVC Podcast. If you'd like to donate to the show, we're on Venmo at MLVC Podcast, or click that like button on YouTube and you can donate via Super Thanks. If you've not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, tick that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Otherwise, Normann Shay, thank you again. Stay where you are. We're gonna chat real quick after we end this, but until next time, everybody, remember, can we get together? I really want to be with you.
I really want to be with you. Come and check it out with me. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Hang on.
Okay.